On what's going on the ground now with local journalist Nick Koliohan. Nick, are there any updates after the recent raid on the Al-Aqsa Mosque? And what's been the public's reaction?
So the Israeli police says it detained about 350 Palestinians that, according to them, some of them were Arab Israelis, some of them Palestinians, most of them in their 20s or 30s. And they started those clashes against the police, as they say, and the police just came to speak with them. And the Israeli public now feels a bit disturbed because tonight it's the holiday of Passover in Israel, and the barrage of about 9 rockets were fired from Gaza Strip into Israeli cities surrounding the Gaza Strip. And now it's a tenseful situation, and everybody waiting to see what will happen in the coming hours.
So have the Israeli authorities, government-wise, commented on the incident?
I don't know if there is something official, but the police and the spokes unit of the IDF, the Israeli army, they are saying that Palestinians fired rockets. Palestinians at the mosque here, that's third holiest place of the Muslims, started the attacks, and they're just defending Israeli public. They're trying to keep here a peaceful situation. So of course the official comment is that Israel is doing everything just to make the peace and to sustain the peace. But some people in the public, they think that the current government of Israel is too much right-wing, too much extremist and fanatic. And this is making the situation with Palestinians on the one step before another round of escalation and maybe even a war with the Palestinians, unfortunately.
Well, Palestinians say otherwise, and Palestinian media report hundreds were arrested in the raid. Is there a specific motive behind the actions of the Israeli forces?
Israeli police says that there was some kind of agreement that Palestinians shouldn't stay on the Temple Mount Al-Aqsa Mosque during the night time, and they are welcomed during the prayer hours, and hundreds of thousands of Palestinians actually coming to pray. But the Palestinians were afraid, and actually some Jews were arrested, and they were afraid that those Jews will sacrifice goats and lambs as part of some Jewish tradition, and it's against the agreement between Palestinians and Jews that on this holy place, just the Muslims can pray, and Jews can only visit during the times that the Israeli police allow them. It's in the morning times usually. So yeah, that's what happened according to both sides.
Well, critics say Israel is actually provoking a rise in tensions in the region since Palestine is supported by many nations in the Middle East. Is Israel prepared for regional confrontation?
Israel always in this situation since its establishment, and the current government, maybe it's good for them to have another round of escalation than a mini war, or especially a military operation, because now the prime minister has a lot of troubles inside of the Israeli society. Many of them, hundreds of thousands on the streets protesting against the prime minister and his government, because the ministers of the Israeli government, the prime minister itself, they are deeply involved in crime actions, allegedly, and they have hearings in court, some of them indicted, some of them were already in jail, and they're really far-reaching against the Palestinians. So the Israeli public thinks, many of them, that the Israeli government is responsible for this escalation with Palestinians. Yes.
Local journalist Nick Koliohan, thank you.
Thank you.
Amid rising tensions between the Jewish